Welcome to another video from Taylor Ritchie, RPS Spain. Today we've got a Audi A6. It's a 3-litre version of diesel, and what we're going to be doing is replacing the rear brake pads. I've already put them in service mode via the diagnostics, which I shall show you here. So we're up to this point at the minute. I will go through at the end of the video how to do that. And it's pretty much, once the pads are fitted now, then we need to take out a service mode, so I'll go through that with you as well. Right, first thing, get the wheels off. Just a plastic hammer. And give it a little tap. I have a battery maintainer on this because we do have it in service mode. The key is off, but I like to keep a maintainer on these when I'm doing them. So there's the caliper, and it'd be the same as the other side. 13mm and 15mm, 2 bolts. Okay, so as said, 2 bolts, this bolt and this bolt. We don't do 13s and 14s. And the 13s. Little nip that way and then a nip that way. That's short. Okay, so we have a bolt behind. Sometimes you can get away without having to hold it in this manner. Just holding it with my finger and thumb. That's that bolt loose. That way. This one unfortunately not. So we're going to spanner for that. Can't remember the size off the top of my head, but we'll go for a 16 and a 15. That's 16. So this is a 15 this side, and a 13 that side. Bottom one. Got a bungee strap to hold up the caliper, because you don't want it pulling on the motor wire or the brake hose. That's the top one. As you can see, it's quite a big old unit, because it incorporates the motor on the back of it. I just hook it up so the take the weight off it while we're working. And now we're at the brake pads. As we can see, these pads have had better days. I'll get you a better view of them when they're off. Okay, remove the furniture, that bladed screwdriver. Take a note of how they fit. Some vehicles have different top and bottom furniture and they fit differently, so when you take them off, just take a quick note of how they fit together. Right, let's give them a little spin with wire wheel. Okay, so both these sliders are dry. Don't know if you get. So we'll take these out, easy now, pop them out. Give them a clean, grease them up with the appropriate grease. I'll show you what I use in a minute, and then we'll put them back in. We do that for all four. Don't get them mixed up though, so I tend to do one at a time. Just do one, pull it in, do the other one, pull it in. So this is what I use. Good stuff on the sliders, made by APEC. Take off the boot, squirt brake cleaner, give it white. Sometimes if they're pretty cruddy, you might need some fine wet and dry. I mean, this one's pretty good. Smear on a bit of the old brake grease. Don't have to go mental with this stuff. Boot back on. Sometimes these boots are sort of an inside and an outside fitment, so be aware of that when you take them apart. Okay, new pads. I like Brembo. You get furniture, you get bolts, just nice bits of kit. You know, if you're going to do brake pads, don't skimp, don't buy the cheap ones, because you know they're just no good. The fitments aren't great, you don't get the furniture with them. Now comparison. New pad, old pad. So we get the furniture off the caliper carriers now, give them a clean up, and then put it back together. Okay, so now caliper carriers cleaned. The caliper itself is cleaned. All we need to do is wind back the piston. Now on these, because it's already in service mode, it's a question of just pushing the piston back. On other designs, you need the wind back tool with the correct attachment, because it pushes and winds the caliper piston back at the same time, but on these it's not necessary. It is a straight pushback. All over the piston. Take up the slack. Not sure if you guys can see that, to be fair. Okay. So here's a wind back tool. It has a spacer here. It's got a piece that goes on the top of the piston. Take up the slack and literally wind it back. Now don't force them. If it feels really tight or anything like that, have a look under the rubber boot, make sure it's not scored up, make sure it's clean, apply a bit of lube, GT75 or similar, see if that helps. Yeah, but you don't want to force these or any caliper pistons, to be fair. Okay, that's retracted all the way now. So, as I said, the furniture's in. It's got a bit of anti-seize in it. Don't really need it here in Spain, but we do get cars going back and forth to the UK, so I always apply it. Next thing, fit the pads. As you can see, pads installed. Now make sure that they're not tight. Don't know if you can see that. So they slide very easily. Next thing to do, get the caliper back on, put the new bolts in. They come already with their own Loctite or Loctite on them or equivalent. Do them up to factory spec. Always check the factory specs for the torque settings for your vehicle. Then wheels on, and we'll come back then and we'll reset the service brake into its normal position. Brake pads replaced, everything done up to spec. Now we need to turn the ignition switch on. Need to be careful not to actually start it. Okay, ignition switch is on. Try and move that so there's less glare. So now we can, okay. So the parking brake is going through its calibration there. Right, okay, apply the parking brake. It sounds like they've applied. Okay.